everybody, Josh RV Nerd here with Bish's RV with one of those what I call Energizer Bunny bunkhouse floor plans. It just keeps going and going and going. This is the 33 BHDS North Trail. And it does a couple cool things, like right there it has that half bath entry door that a lot of your big multi-slide bunkhouses lack. Wait a minute, what? BHDS bunkhouse double slide? This is a triple slide model. Maybe DS means something other than double slide. I actually have a video talking about what all those stupid letters and ththings and model numbers mean, and basically it's totally arbitrary. It means, like, BH means bunkhouse unless it doesn't. Neither here nor there. This is, like, if you're like, look, this would be great for like a seasonal site or something like that, like a big site. You just want a big trailer park there. You want all that awesome space. But you know, it is a lot to lug around. Now, that being said, this is surprisingly light for its size. And by the way, just for reference on this video and any video that I make, when you see those spec charts pop up in the beginning, or when you look in the description to see things written down if you want more time to read them, if you don't want to pause the screen, those are the actual weights off this RV. I get the real weight off of this thing as it was scaled, and I make sure that the cargo capacity calculates appropriately, so you know what this one weighs. Now, understand the way that these things are optioned, it could shift slightly, but North Trail doesn't have a lot of options. This is also, obviously, since it has a half bath, it's a bath and a half model. You've got your full master bath with a shower up front next to the king bedroom, as opposed to having a tub where you have to walk all the way across the camper at night to get to it. Again, it is big. It's probably their most expensive bunkhouse at North Trail. It's certainly their largest, certainly their heaviest, but having that extra space and the fact that you've got free floating kind of cushions in the bunk room allows this thing to change over to an office if you want. I talked way more than I meant to. This is a big camper. We've got a lot to cover. Let's get Doug in there. Doug! 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 I guess Doug still doesn't work here. Now, one of the challenges with this model is, like, it's cool that, like, you have opposing slides here. Like, you've got a kitchen slide, we've got that island big super slide here. I'm actually at the bunk room facing forward, which is almost kind of sometimes backwards of what I do a lot, so I wanted to make that aware. That's the front entry door that we're looking at on the right side of the screen. I have to kind of mention that because this floor plan, it's tough for me sometimes to get good camera stuff. Okay, real quick, one thing I want to point out, I've already been told that, yeah, we're aware and this will be going away. This hanging pendant light right here, when you're standing at the sink, this is what you're looking at. And yeah, no, that cannot suffice. That is going to be going away in time. I hope in the near future. We are carpetless. We are ventless. We are easy cleaning. We are extremely flexible in function as well. That is a classic folding leg, lightweight dining table, but it brackets against the wall, so it's extremely sturdy. Like, watch my cards over here. You know, they're not really flying all over the place. They're just wiggling a little bit. You could push yourself up off of that, you know, if you're you need a little extra assistance getting up and down. You notice how there's the light color backs on the cushions, though. Yeah, maybe you're not a fan of that. One of the cool things is you've got the North Trail Selecta style. You can make them both light. You can make them both black. You can mix and match them. Like, I swear every kid goes through some phase, or at least it seems like every generation goes through some phase, where the cool thing is we wear mismatched socks and the parents are just like, even though we did it, we realize maybe how silly it is now, but hey, they're kids. Let them have their fun. Now this over here, conceptually, I love it. Because at a glance, it's just a jackknife sofa, nothing special, right? But like a transformer, there's more here than meets the eye. You can also use it to have like a little bit of a footrest function and kick your feet up, although you don't necessarily have to extend that all the way. But if you do, you could also use that as a handy dandy little storage box. That would be perfect for the rainy day board games. However, you got to kind of plan, is it going to be storage or is it going to hold that extra cushion for use in hide-a-bed mode? Now from that sofa, you've got a boardwalk and park place kind of entertainment center situation. That is a double jointed swing arm Although angled off the bathroom wall, I don't know why you would need to worry about that, but you could if you wanted to, if you wanted an even more direct viewing scenario. North Trail has been suffering from a little bit of a shortage on the toenail toasters down here, those 5,000 BTU electric space heaters. We've got the 12-volt compressor fridge, 10 plus cubic foot standard in these. There's an 8 cubic foot gas electric two-way option. That being said, North Trail is not currently offering a lot in the way of, say, solar and off-grid function, although my understanding is they are aware that they're insufficient in that area and they're potentially working on it. The good news, we're Bish's RV, baby. We can make stuff happen. One of the weird things with this floor plan, though, is just because of the way that everything slides and everything moves and there's a bath and a half and they've used just a bunch of space in all kinds of ways, the storage is just sort of a little bit here, a little bit there. It's scattered all over the place, although I really do like that coat closet by the door. That being said, there's a panel sectioned off up there. I have no idea what's behind that. I can't figure out what's behind that. It's blocked off from the bathroom, too, is what's weird. I have no idea what's inside that thing. I don't have a screwdriver where I can go check. And last time I got a hold of a butter knife, I got kicked out of the Waffle House. You ever really seen like a pantry? It's not giant, but you do have one over there. Other little interesting storage thing is their little entertainment center shelves. Of course, it helps when I grab in the middle. Has a little hidden slider storage compartment on it. And no, it's not crooked. The TV's just not perfectly parallel to the wall right now. But we also have storage here in the island. We begin with that big old farm sink. And what do you think about the butcher's block styled sealed edge countertop materials that they've adopted on these? I like the color contrast on them personally. Good space for a wastebasket. Notice how you can really belly up to the bar with the little toe kick that you have down there. Overall, not too bad. Off to the bunk room. So starting back just a couple steps, let you kind of get a feel for how it all plays out and lays out against one another. One of the things they did here is they went with a low profile camp kitchen. And what that creates is that additional bunk right there. So this is actually, what's interesting, I guess you could call this a quad bunk with a slide, but it's actually a quint bunk. This could sleep 5 separate bodies in here. We'll get to that in just a second. Little dresser storage down below. Notice this is like a big kid bunk, and that is a single bunk. But because it's offset and sunken back like that, it allows, the kids to be able to climb themselves up there more easily, so you don't have to heave them up there. This is one of the other really cool things on this model. This is a big camper. It can sleep a lot of people. And on a rainy day when you're stuck inside, you need space for everybody to go. But remember I said you could sleep 5 in this quad bunk? That's because each of these things can flip open individually, or you could shove them together. You could put a little divider between them if you needed to. And of course, we got the move bunk, get out the way, hanging out up top here. And notice that does reveal a nice little breeze window. There's no light up in there, but at the same time, if it's flipped up, you can't really use light anyway. And if it's flipped down, it's bedtime. So I'm not really, I don't know. I'm not really knocking them for that. I'm just kind of pointing it out. But thankfully, and I mean, I was worried for a minute, this is capable of converting into the Nerf Battle Fort. But that's kind of a precursor here. Remember when I said this could potentially be a decent office space? It would be very easy to remove that top bunk, and there's nothing screwed into the floor down here. So you could absolutely make that an easy desk space, and since you have some power outlets nearby, that it makes a lot of sense to me. So stuffing myself in the corner of the bunks, just to kind of give you a look from the other corner of the room. You know, maybe you wake up in the bunks for some reason. Perhaps you had enough to drink. You don't remember why you're here. I don't know. Just to help you get your bearings. Sliding privacy door for the bunk room, by the way. And again, we've got a bath and a half model here. It's direct entry from the outside. Giving you a little look at how much space we have here. Not bad. Not too bad. No window in the entry door. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Doesn't bother me here. Doesn't bother me here at all. Now, the door kind of flips open in the way. You do have a half bath vanity. So, like, the kids can have their own toothbrush, toothpaste, all that stuff here. Now, speaking of bathrooms, I think at this point we've pretty much covered the kitchen and the living room. We can work ourselves up to the master bathroom and bedroom. And once again, this is a tricky room for me to try to cover for you on camera. When we come in here, I'm going to do a slow turn on the catwalk. Hey, on the catwalk, do my little turn on the catwalk, and it's so stupid. Give you just kind of a look around here. With the vaulted ceiling, there's enough height in the shower that I didn't have to duck. And this is where I was saying, this is interesting. They just had a pocket, so they just opened up this pocket. But I don't see anything back there. I don't know what's back there. I don't know what's behind this wall. No, that would be, is that the closet? That might be the closet. It is. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot there. But I still haven't figured out what's in that upper corner. One of these days I'm going to get the claw hammer. I'm going to find out. Anyway. Master bath here. Not the world's largest sink. I could wash my hands in it. Room for, toothbrush and all that. Leg room here around the master bath toilet. Now, if you're preferring things like porcelain toilets, that's not a hard thing for us to accomplish right there. Now, if you look in the bathroom, you see you've got 2 doors here, but you're like, oh, why did they waste all that space? They didn't. They just shared it. So in the bathroom, you've got your, and I love that they enclosed it. I love they didn't just leave open linen space. That is not my favorite thing. Interesting little kind of size variance right there. But over in the bedroom, we're gaining ourselves extra closet space, which I think is very cool considering this floor plan is standardized for a 72 by 80 king bed, which means it has smaller hanging side stands over there and over there. The bedroom is symmetrical, which is nice. It does mean you're not really able to walk around the bed, especially considering they have a monstrously sized front pass-through on it. So you're kind of climbing into the bed. But above the bed, this has the biggest storage compartment I think I've ever seen in the nose of a trailer. Whoops, I'm tripping over stuff here. Tripping over the toilet. The bed's so big I can't really give you a good look at it. I'm gonna do something I hate doing. We're gonna go into ultra wide angle mode just so you can get kind of a full view of things. Although, again, I hate doing this because I feel it is a painfully skewed view of this camper. Now up top, this is one of only 2 options available on this camper. You could add a second air, or you could change the fridge to a 2-way. That's it. These things otherwise always come the same. The major Achilles heel on this floor plan, though, I don't care who builds it, it has virtually no road mode function with all these slides. Now, that being said, this is a shallow slide. And I'm actually going to pop it back open to show you how you should actually, no matter where you park, essentially be able to get to the refrigerator, assuming you can actually open the steps. Because if you look at this, the fact is the steps stick out further, especially when you're pivoting them up and down. So if you can put those steps down, you can open that kitchen slide and you can get into the kitchen. Also, always remember, you have a half bath out here, so you don't have to open the other slide to try to make a quick potty stop. And since these are fold-out steps, you can do that just about anywhere, even if it's tight parking quarters. As with anything, any of the campers that I cover, there's things I like, there's things I don't. Now, my opinion isn't necessarily the law. Like, I'm not trying to act like I'm an authority on this stuff. I'm sharing my take on it. And I'm trying to point out some things that maybe if a customer has pointed out in the past and expressed concerns on or interest in, I can point those out. It certainly has a very walkable roof. The roof is extremely strong. No ladder. I don't love that. Actually, what's interesting is one of the people at one of the local stores, he goes, I didn't want a ladder on my camper. I took the ladder off my camper. And I was like, what? He camped in a place where, unfortunately, there were unmonitored children, which is not the kids' fault. Kids are just being kids. They just weren't raised right. I'm not trying to make a political statement. Anyway, I'm sorry. Kids kept trying to climb on his camper, and he's like, nope, I'm not having that. And he just grabbed a ladder. That was good enough for him. Now, I like how they didn't put the 2-burner stovetop here. Instead, they gave us a bumper-mounted grill. Keeping the heat and the grease a little bit further away from the camper is nice. Some of the North Trails will still put a 2-burner stovetop here, though. It's weirdly inconsistent. Some TV hookups outside, so maybe you could put yourself a little TV right there. You do have to reach in, and that sink is high. For a tall person like me, it is just below my chesticles, to put it delicately. Now, obviously, we have a bath and a half model. We have that direct entry door here, as we've seen, very handy for, you know, travel and potty access, as it were. And this is one of those few times, if we're not going to put a window in the door, if it's in the bathroom, I can deal with that. I can get down with that. It makes a heck of a lot of sense. One of the things you might notice, though, and actually, I got the space, and I got the power. I'm going to go ahead and open this up to show you the awning. Because, yeah, the awning does go over the slide. The slide doesn't eat up a lot of space, but it does do some. And this is not my favorite thing, but it's a tolerable thing for me. Because the kitchen slide here, the island slide, is not super deep, there is still room down here, you know, say like for a picnic table or something like that. One of the other hiccups with this is you are really munching about a third of your awning lights here. So you can see how it's noticeably darker here under this awning. Now, awnings are supposed to cast shade, but you get what I'm saying. At the same time, you know how much money people pay for slide awnings? And now, kind of, having a built-in pseudo slide awning? Not too bad either. So, I mean, overall, I don't think it's preferable, but it's not without a couple advantages. Over here, we have, those doors are anti-slam, by the way. Giant storage compartment up front here. What's also cool about this is not just how big it is and how much cargo. And by the way, extra cargo on the front of the RV tows better than cargo in the back. You just got to make sure you're not going to overload the payload rating of your vehicle. The bed deck down here, that is something that is designed to keep you comfortable. Because what may not be obvious is the fact that that isn't just like a paneled off underbelly enclosure in there. That is a fully laminated ceiling in the pass-through, meaning fully laminated and insulated, a thermal barrier below your bed so that, you know, if it's cold outside, you're not trying to figure out why you can't stay warm at night. Now, if it were me, I don't mind being a snuggler, and I don't mind snuggling over next to my wife. She, however, does not appreciate that. That is something I think my wife would really enjoy on these campers, especially the king bed. Mostly because I sprawl out, and sometimes at night, she'll all of a sudden just have my hand go right across her face. And thankfully, she said, "Till death do us part." Of course, if I do it again, that might come sooner than later. Now, this compares really well with the Alpha Wolf 33BH, or sometimes called 33BHL or -L or whatever, but 33BH Alpha Wolf, which, yeah, we have footage of that. I'll leave you a link for that in the video description. Also, a couple other big bunk models. It's kind of in a similar floor plan to, say, like a 320 Freedom Express. There's also similar things like Cougar makes a couple big things. Wildwood Salem make a couple big things. Like, there's other people who make some big bunk models like this. If you want to keep seeing some more of these big suckers, let me know, and I'll see what I can wrangle up as I travel around. Till then, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.